So here's the hole that I cut in the floor to get rid of the rot, of course. And as you can see over here, there's actually a 2x4 that comes up and goes underneath. And I need something to attach the floor to, actually, more importantly, to hold it down when I put the expanding foam in. So I'm gonna use a composite 2x4, which I cut an actual 2x4 to give me the sizing and make sure I don't make any mistakes. And it's going to go underneath here a couple inches and underneath there a couple inches, and I will attach it to the floor, and then I will also attach it to this 2x4. And I have the exact same thing on the other side. That's the driver's seat, and I have the exact same thing over here where I'm going to attach it to that 2x4, run it a couple inches underneath there, and presto bingo. So let me show you the templates that I actually cut, and then I'm going to cut the actual composite 2x4. So here are the two templates that I cut, for the left side and the right side, and actually the fiberglassing comes up on that one 2x4 that's, I'll call as kind of like a stringer. And so I notched this one out so that it would actually be flush. So it turns out in the back they're 3.5 inches, and all the way up to front it's actually 2.25 inches. So I'm now going to use these templates and cut my composite 2x4. Those things are stupid expensive, you know, about $100 a piece, and not exactly easy to get. I ordered it on Amazon, so I didn't want to make a mistake. Spending $3 on a 2x4 to create a template is a pretty cheap investment. The composite 2x4, of course, is black, and so marking it would be rather difficult. So what I did was I just took regular blue painter's tape and put it on the whole thing, lined it out, and I traced my template with a Sharpie, and now I'm gonna go cut my stringer. So my stringer is now done. You can see that I cut the notch out of there like I did in the template, and this effectively came from buyplastics.com. However, I believe I ordered it through Amazon, and that was always the quickest and easiest way to get it. And we'll have links for everything below in this video on how to purchase it. I've installed my composite stringer. It goes under the floor over here, and I actually put a stainless steel, very important, always use stainless steel, on number 10 by 1.5 inch to hold it there. And the same thing over here, stainless steel. And then what I did was I took these 3-inch, what I'll call stainless steel deck screws, and I went in on an angle in 3 places to hold that into place over here. I did the exact same thing on this side, where I put a stainless steel to hold it in place here, and then I used the stainless steel deck screws 1, 2, 3 to put it in. Now we're gonna go cut our templates for these holes. I have gone ahead and I put the pour foam in, and I meticulously followed the instructions of another gentleman that does a phenomenal job explaining building boats and pour foam and fiberglassing and stuff like that. And the link to his video is going to be below. I would very strongly encourage you to watch it and take notes. And then I went ahead and put my piece over. I used the 4200 Fast Cure to seal around the edges. I'm a pool guy, so I figure water can get anywheres. And before I fiberglassed it, I still wanted to make sure that there was no way that water could get below that fiberglass and get in and rot out more of my floorboard. So it may be right, it may be wrong. I'd be interested to see what other people think. The floor is very uneven. If you put a straight edge on it, you find that out. I bought 3/4 inch board, and it turned out that the floor was actually 1/2 inch. So there are some high spots and there are no low spots. So that is where the driver's seat is. And then if we come around, we can see where the passenger seat is. And then any of the screw holes that I found anywheres in the boat, I also put in the Fast Cure Marine Silicon, I'll call it. I used this polyester structural repair putty to go ahead and feather in the edges, because of course the flooring is actually 1/2 inch and I put in 3/4 of an inch. In some places it actually matched up. In other places it's probably almost 1/4 of an inch high. So I used that to feather around the edges. And this stuff is actually really phenomenal. It really bites into the fiberglass. It comes out smooth. It's easy to work with. I'm very impressed. I did get it off of Amazon, so I will have a link on Amazon. So that was the driver's side, and that is the passenger side. So I was originally going to fiberglass over this, but I have fiberglass panels and there's no exposed wood because it's all sealed up. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put the floor over this. So can't imagine I'm gonna have any leaking problems. The sealant I used is designed for ocean going vehicles under the waterline, and it's supposed to last for 50 years. So the reason why I use that is I was worried about vibration and getting cracks and just having crevices that the water could find its way into. With this type of product, it always stays flexible, and therefore it's not going to allow anything to crack. So my project here is just about done. I'm going to put the floor in and give you an idea what that looks like. This is the finished product. I went ahead and put in the EVA foam flooring to replace the old school indoor-outdoor carpeting on the floor, which is a lot better because, of course, this is impervious to the water, and so it doesn't really sit there and fester any type of corrosion or decay of the fiberglass and wood. Job done. I'm very pleased with the results. Looks very, very good. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give us a thumbs up and follow us, and have a great day.